What's up again, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about a deck and a combo idea that I've had on my mind for a good bit, I guess since the hero was spoiled. I sat down when I saw the hero that was spoiled and I said, oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. So let me talk to you about this deck. I'm not sure if it's like a good deck, but I do like the combo, so I'm gonna make the video anyway. And you can tell me if it's good or bad anyway, and I'll love it. So it starts with Boltyn. Boltyn, by the way, if you don't know, is a light warrior hero. He has this really cool double-sided ability that says if you've charged this turn, then attacks that you control could get a buff, depending on how your opponents block. If your opponent blocks any of your attacks with a card from hand that's an attack action card, then Boltyn will give that a +1, as long as you've charged on your turn. He also has this cool effect that says attack reaction. You could take a card from your charge, from your soul, put it in banished, and give a target attack go again, as long as the attack of that target attack that you're giving go again is higher than the base printed on the card. So why is that cool? Well, it's really cool with the Centauri Sabers, because these Centauri Sabers sort of have a built-in effect with Boltyn, right? The Centauri Saber attacks for 2. They're 2 one-handed swords, hence why we have 2 of them. They pay 1 to attack. You can attack with them once per turn, and they say if Centauri Saber is defended by an attack action card, it gains +1 until the end of the turn. So technically, this is exactly the same ability that we saw on Boltyn, except Boltyn, you have to charge in order to activate this ability, and the Centauri Saber is just a static same thing. It's the same effect, it's just statically there, which means you can use this without charging. If your opponent blocks with an attack action card on these Centauri Sabers, you can use it with charging and get a double stack of the same effect, where they both stack depending on if your opponent blocks with an attack action card from hand. You can give this go again by taking a card from your soul and banishing it if they've blocked, even if you haven't charged. So there's a lot of flexibility here, but really the reason that I wanted these Centauri Sabers for my main man Boltyn here is this. This combo is the reason I built the deck. Let me talk to you about the combo. First I'm gonna tell you the combo, then I'm gonna show you how to do it, and then I'm gonna show you the deck that we put around it. So the combo centers around Lumina Ascension. Lumina Ascension is a 0-cost action. It's a Boltyn specialization. It says until the end of the turn, weapons you control gain +1, and if it hits, then you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a light card, you get to put it onto your hero's soul. You just put it in there and you gain 1 health. Then if it's not, you just put it at the bottom of your deck. So you're basically cycling your deck if it's not, and if it is, then you're gaining a card to your soul, allowing you to use that for attack reaction, give things go again. If you have one in there to start, and that's kind of, I'll explain that in a bit. Here's the best part though. If you've charged this turn, you may attack an additional time with each weapon you control, which means you can, if you've charged and then you play Lumina Ascension, you can attack with Centauri Sabers 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can attack 4 times with this. So that is the combo that we want to abuse. And the way that we can abuse it even easier, especially through these Centauri Sabers, because this is still doable with the axes that he has. If we want to abuse this even more, then we use Courage of Bladehold. Courage of Bladehold is a warrior chest equipment that has the effect of action. Destroy it, your sword attacks cost 1 less this turn, which means Centauri Sabers go from costing 1 per each attack to costing 0 per each attack. That's crazy, especially because Lumina Ascension is giving them the static buff, and they cost 0 to attack with if you destroy the Courage of Bladehold. So as long as you have cards in your soul, this is a guaranteed 4-attack combo if you have cards in your soul, and therein lies the other kind of combo piece to this. And again, this is why I built the deck. I don't know if this combo is foolproof or solid, but let me tell you how it works. Okay, I'm gonna put these like down here. Let's just pretend. In fact, I'll just reposition the camera, okay? Let's get this all nice and set up so that you can see the whole thing play out in all of its perhaps glory. I don't know. We'll see if it's glory, we'll see if it's not. Okay, so here's me, here's Lumina Ascension, here's Courage of Bladehold. I'm going to put this right here so that you can see it, and I'm going to assemble the cards that you would want in your hand to pull the maximum combo off, okay? And it's going to involve Gallantry Gold. I should also say Gallantry Gold says action, pay 1, destroy it, all your weapon attacks this turn, gain +1. Which is going to be disgusting, because here's exactly what you need. This is the combo, and this is why I built the deck. It starts with this, 4-card hand. Really, it starts with Lumina Ascension and a Take Flight, or something that charges your soul. Then you need a card to charge and a card to pitch. This does not matter. This does not matter. The card to charge does not matter. It literally doesn't have to be a light card. The card to pitch doesn't matter, but it does have to be yellow or blue, because you're going to pay for 2 effects here. Okay, so starting off, the first thing you're going to do with this hand is you're going to play Take Flight, or you could play Express Lightning. Take Flight is better because it gives itself go again. Express Lightning still works because of the boots we're going to wear. So you play Take Flight. Take Flight costs 1. If you, so I have to pitch for it, of course. Let's pitch the Take Flight. Who cares? If you charge with Take Flight, as the secondary ability says, then you'll give this go again. As an additional cost, you can charge. So we play it. We have 1 resource remaining, and I'll put this resource like right here. There's our resource left, okay? We pitched a yellow card right here to pay for the Take Flight. We are going to put this card into our soul. So there it goes. There's a card in our soul. Everyone following so far? Cool. After we do that, it doesn't matter how they block this card. It doesn't matter if it's a blue Take Flight or a yellow Take Flight. We just need a charge trigger on our turn, because then we want to play Lumina Ascension. Lumina Ascension costs 0, so it doesn't matter if we have this resource. We're going to use that resource over here for Gallantry Gold. We play Lumina Ascension, and that's going to give us the ability to attack 4 times with our weapons, okay? 4 times is pretty disgusting. We then pay the resource to pop Gallantry Gold, giving all of our weapon attacks +1. Lumina Ascension's also given all of our weapons +1, so we're up to +2 on every weapon attack. And finally, we pop Courage of Bladehold to give all of our weapon attacks the -1 resource cost. So at that point, you have now created this monstrous turn where, as long as you have cards in your soul, or as long as your opponent has trouble blocking, and you get some hit effects, you can attack 4 times with your weapons. This Centauri Saber is free. It attacks for 4. 2 from the ability, 1 from Gallantry Gold, and 1 from Lumina Ascension. It could also attack for 5 if they block it with an attack action card from their hand. As an attack reaction, because it has attack higher than its base, it would normally be 2, but because we've given it a buff, we can take a card from Soul and give it go again, banishing this card from Soul that we put in the turn. If it hits, we can take a top card of our deck, flip it over, possibly slot it in here, and continue going. Hopefully at this point in the game, or hopefully prior to this, you've stacked up a couple of things here, just in case you miss. You can then attack again with Centauri Saber a second time thanks to Lumina Ascension. Again, it costs 0. Again, it attacks for 4. Then you go again with this Centauri Saber, and then you finally go again with this Centauri Saber a second time. So this is a 16 damage, threatening 16 damage combo just in its current state. And there are ways to make it more gross and to make it a little bit more consistent by having like one of these cards in your hand in Arsenal, one of these combo pieces in Arsenal. So for example, if you have Lumina Ascension sitting in your arsenal and another card in hand, then you would have the ability to play said card to make this combo even stronger, or you'd have the ability to block with a card from hand prior to this turn. As it stands, the current combo using Lumina Ascension and Take Flight is such that where you're going to probably need to take damage on your opponent's turn prior to actually playing it. So that is another piece of the combo that makes things tricky. But that is a really, really fun, cool combo that I'll show you the rest of the deck and how it fits around that combo. By the way, we are, just so you know, we are going to run 2 Lumina Ascensions. So I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. We're running 2 Lumina Ascensions because duh. The rest of the equipment, by the way, as follows is Halo of Illumination. I'm not actually sure I like this card. I've literally, in all my testing, never popped it. But maybe early you pop it, I don't know, to put a card in Soul. And this is the other one. Snapdragon Scalers is an absolute must because as an attack reaction, you can give any of your charge attacks, like for example, take flight if you didn't want to charge, you can give it go again anyway, or you can give express lightning go again. And as you're about to see, we play a lot of both of those cards. Cool, let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's talk about the rest of the deck. As you see, we're playing Lumina Ascensions, and as you might assume, we are also playing 2 V of the Vanguards, because V of the Vanguard is just a fantastic card in general, and it's a great way to charge on your turn. It also just allows you to use the Centauri Sabers to their fullest potential as well, because if you charge 1 card, if you pitch 1 card for this, and then you play this, that leaves you with 1 card in your hand, and you can attack with Centauri Sabers, you know, ad nauseum, because you've given them the buff thanks to this effect. I'll let you read the card for yourself, but it's a fantastic card. You run 2 of if you can, and you should. As far as what else we run to give cards to our soul, this is the stack. All of these cards that we're about to look at, including the V of the Vanguards, put cards into your soul, and that's an important thing to manage with Boltyn in general. 2 take flight reds, 2 take flight yellows. Obviously, this is the combo. 2 take flight blues. You do the combo with the blues, even if you just feel weird about it. It attacks for 2. Who cares? You just need the trigger. You need to go again. You need the card in soul. We run 2 express lightnings because they attack for 4 and they allow you to charge. And you can do the combo with them and the Snapdragon Scalers that I mentioned. We run 2 yellows, which attack for 3, and we run 2 blues, which attack for 2. And then this is the literal, and this may I don't know what the word is. This may be controversial. We'll put it that way. This is literally the best light card as far as support goes. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna say it. I think this card is the best light card if you're looking to do anything with soul, and Boltyn always is, and Prism very well could be. If you don't have 2 or 3 of these in your deck, then you're probably just not doing something with soul, or you're not caring too much about soul. Like Prism, if she's just playing big attacks, she has other ways to get things in soul. But this is literally like the best turn 1 play for Boltyn you could probably possibly have. If you're going first and you have this in your hand, I would just very highly consider literally just playing soul food down, dropping everything into your soul. Because it's cost 0, it says put soul food and all cards in your hand into your hero's soul, which is absolutely disgusting. You put 4 cards into your soul at the start of your turn, and your opponent doesn't get the free mulligan for you not attacking. It's insane. It's really, really good, and it's just a fantastic way to make up a big gap of soul if you're missing that sort of thing. Okay, as far as what you do with the rest of the deck, here we go. It's literally, because we're running Centauri Sabers, it's literally just going to become a red line weapon deck. So we're running 2 Spoils of Wars, because obviously Spoils of War is super good with Centauri Sabers, and super good with Boltyn as well, because you pay 1, and immediately you have the ability to attack, react, and give go again for free. This one obviously does give go again as well, but it's just another way for you to give a buff to your weapon. Ironsong Determination is fantastic, particularly if this is the 1 card in your hand that you can jam after you play Lumina Ascension. Because again, if you have 1 card in Arsenal, this card's in your hand alongside of it, you can play it because you don't need the resources to attack with your Centauri Sabers since they're free. So you can end up playing this and attacking 5 dominate, 5 dominate, 4 Centauri, 4 Centauri. It's pretty gross. It's pretty cool. That's like definitely one of those like win more kind of setups, but if you nail it, you probably win the game. We run Yellow Warrior's Valor and Red Warrior's Valor because they allow you, even if you don't get the go again trigger, they allow you to give go again anyway, and they give a solid buff to your Centauri Sabers, because even if your opponent blocks this out, let's say you attack for 5 and somehow they block out 5 with like defense reactions, you can still banish a card from soul and give it go again because the attack is higher than the base. And that's what's cool about this deck, is that even though you may not have charged on that turn, if you have cards in your soul, you can just drop them at any point to give go again to your weapons. And so you don't have to play a full charge turn every turn if you've stored it up. Hence why soul food is so good. Duskpath Pilgrimage is in here because of the buff and because you can do the same thing as Warrior's Valor. It's kind of cool as well if you stack this alongside of like the Ironsong Determination, because then the Ironsong Determination allows you and this comboing together allows you to attack twice, perhaps, with that dominate weapon. So I run a couple of them. I run, I think I run 2 and 2. 2 reds, 2 yellows. I don't run any blues. Courageous Steel Hand. I could, by the way, I could probably run blues. I don't know. I'd take some opinions. Courageous Steel Hand is the only attack reaction I have in the deck, and that's partially because I didn't have Beacon of Victory when I first put this together. But I'd very much consider putting Beacon of Victory in here. If you've charged this turn, it can apply to any attack. It doesn't have to go to a weapon attack, whereas all the other ones do have to go to a weapon attack, minus Beacon of Victory. So this is a really interesting one, but it only applies if you've charged. So I run 2 yellows and 2 blues, mainly for pitch, but you can also come over the top if you've pitched them early. Late game, you can come over the top on one of your weapons and deal some damage. Okay, the last couple of cards, and this kind of wraps it up. These are literally cards that I've put in the deck because they're 1, good, and 2, good at destroying phantasms. There you go. Come on, now I'm thinking, here we go. Command and Conquer is just good. And if we pitch a blue and play Command and Conquer on our turn, that's still a successful turn. You can't buff Command and Conquer with this current setup unless you, like, I guess if you charged and then played Courageous Steel Hand and then, you know, buffed Command and Conquer, you could give it go again, but who cares about that? You're just playing Command and Conquer because it's good. Also, it defends, or it attacks for 6, and so it can pop Phantasm. Speaking of attacking for 6, Invigorating Light attacks for 6, and it can pop Phantasm. If you do want to play this, by the way, it would go to your soul if you don't have any soul, so that's good. And you could just sync this to your soul anyway, particularly if you use Halo. It's a light card, so it functions. We run 2 of those. And then we run 2 Celestial Cataclysms. You can use the effect, particularly if at some point you've hit Soul Food, but more often than not, you're just going to use these to block Phantasms or pitch yellow, which is pretty good. If you do slam this down and just attack for 7 with Go Again, then you're just happy. You're just happy because you're attacking for 7 with Go Again, and that's scary, and that's awesome. So that is what I've come up with for a Boltyn weapon deck. It all really does center around hitting that combo, and as long as you can draw into any of your Lumina Ascensions, you're pretty solid. Even if you don't, drawing into the, the V of the Vanguard is also just a fantastic way to put on pressure, just in just incremental ways, so that your opponent has to block with stuff, allowing you to just survive longer to find Lumina Ascension or get more cards into your soul. Again, oftentimes you're probably like putting one of these into your arsenal, like a V of the Vanguard or a Lumina Ascension, and trying to set up a combo turn where you play this, charge once or twice, pitch a card, attack with your 2 weapons, and pop your soul. If you can kind of set the combo up where you have soul, then this card becomes really, really solid, along with the combo itself. So that's what I got for you. This is the deck that I am looking forward to kind of messing with. Again, I'm not sure. I'm very certain, I will say this, that it's not as good as most warrior lists like Dorinthia and things like that, because Dorinthia is just so oppressively powerful and optimized. She's been played for so long. But this is a fun, cool way to play warrior in just a brand new kind of hero and format that uses more attacks, that uses more combo-y things, and I think it's something worth messing around with and trying. So let me know what you think in a comment below. By the way, thank you so much for everyone that is supporting both via Patreon and just by hitting that little button above me, making that number go up. I'm super thankful to you. We got to think of something to do. I think I'm going to do like a Patreon, like first edition Monarch pack giveaway. Like, I'm going to give away some packs to patrons, and I just want to say thank you to the people that are supporting that way. So I have to come up with something, but I'll come up with it and I'll let you know. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.